Fun women's flyweight matchup right here. Ariane Lipski coming off of a big win against JJ Aldrich. And Melissa Gatto, man, coming off of that loss to Tracy Cortez, where a lot of her hype kind of
Mhm.
simmered down. You come off of a big win against Sajara Eubanks. You finish Sajara Eubanks, someone who doesn't really get finished. And then you lose to Tracy Cortez, who admittedly is a little out of the scene right now, so it's not weighed the same as it should because Tracy Cortez is a hell of a fighter, so it's not a bad
Mhm.
loss. But let me ask you this, perception wise, doesn't it kind of feel momentum is on Lipski's side right now?
It does, Derek. It
Yeah.
does, especially because Lipski was kind of in that funk, kind of
Hmm.
in that up and down, that roller coaster. We didn't really know where she belonged in the mix and all that, kind of getting lost in obscurity, and then puts on a performance that was reminiscent of what she used to have. Now, if she
Hmm.
can bring back that Queen of Violence nickname that she has in a girl, in Melissa Gatto, that's going to bring the fight. I mean, you look at how this girl fights, shoulders forward, classic like Brazilian Mauler style. The Queen of Violence is going to have her hands full. Do you
Yeah.
think she's going to be able to put on the same kind of performance she did against JJ Aldrich, who admittedly was a little more favored in her style?
Well, it's just JJ Aldrich is so much more one dimensional than Melissa Gatto, and it's just the style of fight, right? I thought JJ Aldrich, who's normally used to just dominating people with her grappling, I thought she'd be able to get it done. But what do you know? Lipski trained with at ATT or whatnot. He got some training with Amanda Nunez and learned how to stuff a takedown. That's what you need, right? But what about a Melissa Gatto who's down to sit and trade and bang? Even though Gatto does get hit, she's down to trade, she's down to swing. And I think what makes her dangerous is not just going to be a pure, like for JJ Aldrich, just kind of a pure, I'm trying to bully wrestle you, but some of the little trips and the little sweeps and throws of like judo, jujitsu style. So for Melissa Gatto, that's where I think she's dangerous. However, AJ, this is the big key right here. If Gatto somehow underestimates Ariane Lipski and just says, "Oh, just gonna try to jujitsu her, and I'm on my back and I'm throwing up triangles," I feel like Lipski could feast in these spots. What do you think?
I agree, Derek, and that's the problem, or one of the catch 22s of how good Melissa Gatto is on the ground.
Yeah.
Because you're right, she'll throw those legs up instantly. She'll be putting things in traps, laying the traps for you. But Ariane Lipski is a very skilled veteran fighter. I mean, 15-8, has a lot of fights under her belt, has seen a lot of those things already, and now coming up with momentum we're talking about on her side makes her just a little bit more dangerous because she is fighting. I mean, when what, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I was real big on Ariane Lipski. Like I said, kind of falling off, but now she's getting back. So if she can have that against Melissa Gatto, I think she has the potential at least to start raining down some bombs and get out and kind of force her back up into that and using that energy that way in order for Moscato to deplete her energy reserves, gives it the best chance. Do you see another route for Lipski to really get some damage here?
I think that if she like, I think the biggest thing has been confidence for her, man. Like she felt confident in her last fight, especially when you were able to stuff a couple of those takedowns. It was almost like she was able to sit down on her shots. That's the thing is when you got somebody who's like a relentless wrestler or somebody who's like mixing you up where they're striking and mixing the grappling in the same, you can't sit down on anything. You got to kind of be careful in that aspect, right? So it just depends on how Gato decides to come out. Does she want to be heavy grappling off the jump? Because we already know that's there. When you know that's the game plan, you can't just straight ahead with it. You got to at least ease it in, right? So if Lipski could keep it on the feet, man, I think she could win this fight for sure. If she could sprawl and brawl, I think she could win this fight. But if she lets Melissa Gatto get into her bag and fight the way that she has, pretty much as more or less an undefeated fighter, which she was before the Cortez fight, if she fights with that vigor, that intensity, I think she gets it done, man. And what interests me is look at the TKO prop, plus 650 for Gatto, plus 1300 for Lipski. Why do you think that is?
I think it's fully on perception that the betters are seeing right here, Derek. Gato fights, like I said, in that
Yeah.
scary shoulders forward brawler kind of a style. She looks like she has a lot more power. Just even looking at the headshots right here, Derek, you think Gato is much more of a fighter where you think Lipski's cute, but it's not that exact way. It doesn't break down like that. Lipski has some hands.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't say there's any value in a plus 1300 coming from Lipski, but she can win this fight. She's not completely out of the water.
I do not think that this should be a lopsided type matchup right here. I think this is going to be fun. And I think in my head, this either plays out in a close fight until a finish or a 29-28. Either way, I'm going to go Melissa Gatto right here. And you know what, bro? I have to take a chance. I've been going all decisions here. Give me that plus 300 submission prop right there, bro. Like, I think that's the best path to victory right there. Is just utilize what you're good at. We know Lipski's got good takedown defense, but once you get her down, Can she hang with a savage grappler like Melissa Gatto? I'm not sure. Give me submission. I want early round 3.
Yeah, Derek, I think that is the smartest pick, or if you're putting money on this fight, I think that's the smartest way to go if you're looking for a prop bet. That's what I was thinking. I'm glad you took it. I'm going to hedge the show's bets a little bit so we can get better at our prop bets, brother. I'm going Melissa Gatto by decision. I think it's going to be either that long third round finish late in the round, or just an absolute 29-28 decision. Very close fight right here.
Fair. All right, let's move on